so I'm 2 minutes early. That's all right. 2 minutes early is okay. Even 2 minutes late is okay. I don't like to be late. In fact, it's one of my phobias. So, today is Tuesday, the 23rd of September, 2025. You hear that hacking, that's my husband. He in there twittering around, getting himself another snack. He high on a snack. Okay. Lord have mercy. We have had rain pretty much all day today. I mean, tremendous amount of rain. And thunder, oh Lord, thunder's been quite tremendous. But you know, you take it in stride. It's not a hurricane, so we're happy about that. Oh Lord, you got to fix that mess. That's the TV. It does that from time to time.
The power thing.
Because we had a little power thing. Did I go off? No, I'm still on here. Oh mercy. That racket just irritates the stew out of me. For a long time, I didn't know how to fix it myself. And so, I'd have to call him and have him walk me through it every single solitary time, but I do know how to fix it now. Hello, Big Dreams. How's you itching? Are you scratching? Don't scratch it. That's telling me it's 8 o'clock. Don't scratch. Try that soap though, and if you can get your doctor to give you a prescription for prednisone, that helps tremendously with poison ivy. Hello, Ohio Valley Prepping. Yeah, don't touch your eyes. I know you said you got some in your ears, but don't touch your eyes. Hey, half-ass ready, how you doing? I saw y'all just a few minutes ago. I do have a few things that I'd like to talk about tonight. One is pretty simple. With it being September and that's the prep month, you know, we're supposed to give a great push and everything. I know a lot of people just cannot afford to go out and do a bunch of stuff. They just can't. But it doesn't have to be this huge expense. It can be trickled in slowly. With now, don't buy stuff that you won't eat. If your family don't eat chicken noodle soup, don't buy chicken noodle soup. You can eat chicken noodle soup cold, by the way. You can eat SpaghettiOs cold. Not my personal preference, but you can. So when you buy stuff, think about the fact that okay, you may not be able to cook it if you don't have that in place to be able to cook. So buy things like I can buy rice because I can cook rice. But if you don't have the setup, if you haven't gotten that far in your prep, buy the stuff that you can. You know, I love Underwood deviled ham. So I could buy that. And sardines are really, really good nutritionally as a prep. Now, I'd have a hard time eating them, but I could do it if I had to because they're a great protein. They got a lot in them. Radar does eat on a regular basis, Perlman. He does eat the SpaghettiOs cold out the can. Yeah, but you know, there's some things that don't last a really long time. Peanut butter does go rancid, so don't go buy a bunch of peanut butter if you're not going to be able to eat it because you're wasting your money. So there are things that you have to stop and go, is this a product I'm going to eat? Is this something that I can rotate on a regular basis? And food stores is a great place to start. That and batteries, flashlights. Those are things that you use regularly because we all have power outages from time to time. And especially if you've got children and they're not used to being in the dark, you're going to need some flashlights. And a rechargeable battery is a fabulous thing if you have a way to recharge it. But if you don't have a way to recharge it, you're kind of sunk. Candles are great, but you do have to be careful because they can cause a fire. Uh, Rural made a wonderful point this week about fire starters and that your big lighter is a great fire starter. And he's right. You don't have to go extreme or fancy. You can do things. Hello, Carolina Country Homesteading. How you doing? You can do things that are shall we say, on the cheap. It's really not cheap. It's just more. It's more inexpensive to do certain things. And I am a high proponent on if you don't have the money to do stuff, gain knowledge because your knowledge can be traded for supplies. If you know how to tend wounds, if you know how to treat people medically, that can be bartered and traded. If you know how to garden, if you know how to prepare foods in a unique and interesting way, that's a talent. That can be you can barter those things. So gain your knowledge, and you can gain your knowledge from a public library. I say this all the time, and I truly do believe it. Our brains are our best prep. And when you put that stuff in your brain, or you make yourself a notebook, if you're not real good at remembering stuff, make yourself a notebook. Jot yourself down some notes. You need to be aware of your surroundings, the people in your surroundings, whether you get along with them or not. You can observe them because you're going to know, okay, these people are going to be all right. You know, they're not going to be a problem. But these people over here, they're going to be a problem. So be aware of your surroundings constantly. And when you go uptown and you are buying, you don't go telling everybody what you're doing. You just buy your stuff and you put it away. That's just what I think that you need to do. Now, on to something else I want to tell y'all about. I did a little math. I don't do math. I don't like math. But I did a little math. And there are 93 days till Christmas. Me and the grandbaby worked on some Christmas ornaments to give as gifts this weekend. We were talking about the fact that making presents, giving of ourselves. Thank you, honey. I love my glasses. I've got all kinds of glasses because, quite honestly, I can't see to read it if I don't. But I've got a bunch of different glasses. Now, they're not expensive glasses. But so make Christmas presents this year. The other one is, there's 37 days till Halloween. So if you've got to order a Halloween costume, you better get on it because they gonna sell out or you ain't gonna be able to get one. There are 64 days till Thanksgiving. Now, Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's a food holiday. Who wouldn't love it? But when you start thinking about Thanksgiving and who you're going to have and what you're going to have and this and that, you can again slowly start buying up stuff now to have for your Thanksgiving because there's nothing in the world worse. Then Thanksgiving week coming, and you've got to rush to the grocery store to buy everything, and it costs you an arm and a leg, and you're like, okay, I can't do this. So if you go ahead and plan your menu now, and you go ahead and start getting your supplies now, because stuff just keeps going up. It ain't going down. It just keeps going up. But you go ahead and get your various products now to ensure that you have them, and that way, maybe you don't have to go to the grocery store on the week of Thanksgiving. Also, candy for Halloween. Oh, merciful heavens. Okay, we don't have trick or treaters at here where I live. We just don't have any. Oh, see, you're raising your own turkey. My husband said something about doing that, and I said, okay, you want me to clean the turkey? Now, push comes to shove, I could do it. Am I gonna do it when I can go to town and buy one? I'm gonna go to town and buy one. That's just me. Uh, I think that it's probably healthier because it's not gonna have all that stuff, shot into it. Um, oh, see, I think that's a wonderful jam, jellies, jerky. I think that kind of stuff is fabulous for Christmas presents. About some muffins, a casserole, something that you're giving of yourself. Uh, oh Lord, you mean you're not gonna pardon Tom? You're just gonna whack him up. Well, that's how they used to do it. I uh, I understand, but that's not my department. That would be my husband's department. I'll cook it. I might even help clean it a little bit, but I'm not gonna do the wackadoodling. Uh, Tom don't get no pardon. What's a girl turkey name? A hen? Henny Penny? I guess it must be Henny Penny. Um, but no, I love the idea of giving of yourself. Now, uh, if I were really fancy, I might would make a quilt and give to certain people and stuff, but I'm not fancy. You're gonna be doing. I do have plans to make some more. Uh, what's it called? Bacon jam, because that stuff's good. It's real good. So, oh, see, your husband and I would get along fine then, because he don't want to see Tom chopped up either. Y'all could just have a nice little vegan Thanksgiving. My daughter's vegan. Quilts do for me take a really long time. Now I know some people that can zip them off just like that, but for me a quilt is like a whole year project because I'm slow. Um, a lot of love goes into anything really that's handmade. If somebody is, I don't knit. I wish I could, but I don't knit. Crocheting, knitting. I have done. Yes, I did say bacon jam. Ohio Valley Prepping. It's delicious. If you've never had it, it's really good. Um, but I think that anything that people, I do some embroidery, or used to do some embroidery, and my grandmother would do that too, and she would do pillowcases, and so that's what I did. I did pillowcases, and it does take. Hey, Nicole. So I would love something like that. That someone put forth that much effort. Okay, y'all. If you've never had the bacon jam, it's exactly what it says. It's bacon that you turn into jam. Now the recipe I have has onion in it, and you cook down the onion and the bacon, and you add the brown sugar, and you get it to just the right consistency. And basically, that's pretty much it. And it's really good on like a hamburger. Or really, it's good on pretty much anything because it's bacon. I love bacon. Um, but back to the holidays. So I would like for everyone to just put their little mindset into what you can do that may not cost you an arm and a leg, and that people, well, I would hope they would appreciate it, and if they don't, that's their problem. Um, it is like a bacon chutney. You are exactly right. Um, okay, Ohio Valley, I can email it to you. I have your email address. Um, the thing to me is we need to, as communities, draw closer together for what the holidays really and truly are. Even Halloween, which I'm not, hello show and tell, I'm not real high on the Halloween because, like I said, it's just a candy holiday and a reason to be able to get dressed up. Now I love to get dressed up, and I think that's fun. My husband will not do it. He's not going. We're not going to be like them. No, he's not going to do that. And the grandbaby likes it, but I try to take her to a lot of those festivals, fall festival type things. Scenic City Fishing, hello, honey. Uh, we used to decorate for Halloween a lot when my kids were young, but quite honestly, anymore, my only thing I truly decorate for is Christmas. And that's because we do go all out for Christmas. And we don't generally anymore have Thanksgiving at my house. We have it at my sister's house. So I really don't have to do a fall decorative thing. And let's face it, I live in Florida. It's not like it really turns fall. I mean, it's going to be 92 next week. Um, so I would like, see, I'm with you. I'll dress myself up for special occasions, but I don't really get dressed up. Now I wear dresses a lot, which some people think you're dressed up, but you're really not. You're just wearing a dress. Um, but as far as like a costume, I will wear a costume, but my husband will not wear a costume. But like I said, we don't get any trick or treaters, so I don't have to spend $40 on Halloween candy. But I do have a suggestion. The day after Halloween, you can go to the stores and you can buy Halloween candy. Hey, Texas Raider, how you doing? Nick Easy, hey. Uh, you can buy Halloween candy half price. And so, oh, Nicole, you need to send me pictures of you dressed up for Halloween. So I get that stuff then for Christmas stockings. See, that way you are saving money. Also, I get stuff that I want to freeze dry then because it's half price. 80% of my money. See, I love an apron. I love an apron. I don't own a lot of aprons, but I do love an apron.
You got one that was your great grandmother's.
Yes, I do. I have one that's very old that was my great grandmother's. My mother just reminded me, but I won't use that one. Yeah, I try to, like, right now, all of the pool supplies are like way, way, way cheap here. So that's when I buy my rafts and stuff like that. And you know what? I can wrap that raft up and put it under the Christmas tree for my husband or for my granddaughter. Things like that. School supplies. Little children love crayons. So I buy that kind of stuff while it's really, really inexpensive on the clearance and save it up to put in the stockings. you've got to
Your
try to
baby's
save
feeding,
money.
looking
You've got
for
to
you.
try to be able to. You want to do as much as you can, but with things the way things are right now, you have to be thrifty. You have to be conscious of how much things are when you go to the store. I was watching on the news tonight, and they were talking about some little bug, weevil, worm
Screw
thing,
worms.
uh, infesting the beef. Well, just what we need for the beef to go up even higher, you know. Um, oh, I love crayons. Great Grace, I love crayons. You know, it was a big deal when I was a child to get the 64 box. Well, you know they've got like 120 box now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It has the not eraser, the sharpener too. Mm-hmm. Fancy, very fancy. And I love markers, like Sharpies particularly. But sometimes you can get those fine print markers. And like right now at Hobby Lobby, they had them on sale for half price. Well, I'm not paying $20 for them. Now, granted, there's, you know, like 30 in the box, but I'm not paying $20 for them. I'm sorry, it's not happening. But they had them on sale for half price. See, that's when I get my stuff. I AS Blind Maid, I am having a good day. Oh, where are you at? See, it's not at all cold here. In fact, I was just saying it's supposed to be 92 next week, and we did cool off a little bit today because we were overcast and it was raining, and you know, which I don't think has anything to do with any of those hurricanes that are out there because I don't think those are going to be a bother to us at all. But no, we've not really cooled off a great deal around here. In fact, I did work out in the yard just a touch today, and it got a little hot. And that's when Granny comes back in the house, because when it start getting hot, I'm like, no, 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 no. But I would like for it to get a little cooler. And we're going to be going up to Ohio next month for just a few days. And I'm hoping it's cooler up there, because I do love it when we go up there. Oh, okay, in the 60s. That's that's nice. I like that. Um, we have no leaves falling here. Palm fronds. uh, my garden. I'm on the well. It would actually be the third garden of the year. Cause we can do 3 plantings. Oh, Nicole, Radar is fine. Buck called me yesterday. He's fine. In all truth and all honesty, he has overdone it with this hunting this season, and his poor old broke old body. It wreaks havoc on it, and he needs to recoup before he goes up to, I want to say, Minnesota for his big bear hunt. So he's in a little bit of a recovery mode, as well as getting his stuff together for what he needs to do, because I think he kind of overdid it the last couple of weeks. But he's all right. He's alive. He's kicking. You know, we're all getting older and got to watch out what we're doing. Oh, show and tell, still in the hundreds? Ugh. See, I can't stand that hot. Thank God for air conditioning. That's all I got to say. Whew, Lord have mercy. Oh, it was so cute. This weekend we had the grandbaby. She told Grandpa she wanted pizza. Well, she wanted to get pizza from Domino's. Not my personal favorite, if you want to know the truth. I'd rather get something from a local place. But she told Grandpa she wanted to take the Zoom and she wanted Granny to drive. Well, that means she wants to take the Mustang, and she wanted me to drive. And he looked, he says, no, Granny can't drive, I'll drive. And so she's looking at me, she says, Granny, you don't know how to drive that car? All serious. I said, baby, Granny knows how to drive it. But it just gives Grandpa this little joyful feeling inside for him to hear that car go. So, you know, we let him drive. And so she's sitting in the back seat, and you know there's really like no place to put your legs in the back seat of that thing. So she had little feet on the thing in the middle between the driver and the passenger, and them little toes was just a wiggling, and she was just having a hell time riding along in the zoom zoom. That kind of stuff just warms me. I love it. I absolutely just love it. And I think people need to find more joy in enjoying little children and what makes them happy. You know, their little giggles, their little laughter, and their inquisitive minds. You got to find some pleasure and some joy in that kind of stuff. That's just what I think, anyway. So, we are going to start with, well, we've already actually started cleaning out the pantries and getting everything ready for a restock and a redistribution. And I'm trying to be really, really good about writing it all down and putting it on the inside of the cabinet of what's what. And, you know, we'll see how well people do about marking off what they've taken out so I can restock it and so on and so forth. I'm not holding out a lot of hope on that, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. Uh, I like to do that with the freezers as well. You know, just having a list of what's in the freezer and where it's at and so on, so that when you take something out, you know that it's no longer in there, you know. Um, and we've got this one freezer that it's actually the newest one, but we bought it because it does not uh, it's just a regular old freezer. It doesn't do that automatic defrost thing. Because I truly do believe automatic defrost is what can cause some of your meats and product to get freezer burn because it's having to go through that cycle. And I think that it promotes that freezer burn. And I absolutely hate to lose my stuff to freezer burn. It's wasteful, and who wants to eat freezer burnt food? I mean, I'll feed it to the chickens, but I'm not gonna eat it. You know, I would eat it if I was starving to death, but I'm obviously not starving to death. That's another thing. I've got to do better about my overall health. That's one of my things. Because, you know, if I had to run right now, oh Lord, it would not be pretty. It would not be pretty at all. So I've got to work on that. And I'm good about it if I can get in the pool and do it. Nicole, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I can exercise to beat the band when I'm in the pool, but just in my house, and Lord knows if I get down there on the floor, I'm like a weeble and a wobble, and I, you know, can't fall down and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I got to work on that, and I got to get Mama out there and doing it too, because she's been off now for I think it's 3 weeks. Getting kind of happy sitting in that chair all the time, so we've got to work on that. What are y'all working on this for the next? Okay, you figure that we got 3 months. We've got October, November, and December. 3 months till the end of the year. Now, there's a lot you can accomplish in 3 months. So, do you have any goals for your 3 months? See, I don't run. Do I look like a person who would run? But I will walk on the beach, and the beach is not that far from me. So I need to get my little happy you-know-what out there and do that kind of thing. We've got beautiful scenery here. North Carolina is an absolutely beautiful place, but, you know, I do have beautiful scenery around here that I could be partaking of. I'm just lazy. That's just all there is to it. I find something else to distract me, something else to do, and so I've got to be more disciplined. Yeah, I got to be more disciplined. Definitely. Um, but do you have some 3-month goals that you could accomplish? Um, you're still stuck on that bacon jam? Well, the bacon jam is not a diet item. It is definitely a full flavor, full force, yummy, delicious something something. I can tell you that.
Calorie loaded.
Yes, the pool is so much easier for my joints, and we have like these sunshades that go over our swimming pool, and so the water was getting a little cool for Granny. So my husband took those off, and now the pool is back up to 87 degrees, which I can do 87. Well, it really should be illegal. It is a slap your mama delicious type thing. Um, and like I say, it's real good on a hamburger. And on a cracker. You know,
Out of a spoon.
yeah, it's good on a spoon too, Mama said. But if it's real rich. I will say that the bacon jam is extraordinarily rich. Um, but I think that it's one of those, and that no, it doesn't have like a really long shelf life. It's one of those things you make it, and you put it in the refrigerator, and you eat it up within a week or two. But that's not hard to do, believe me. Um, oh yeah, my mama's sitting right over there. She every once in a while you'll hear her yell out a comment or something. She's reading her little book. She reads a lot.
It's a mystery, and I'm solving it.
Yes, it's a mystery. She says she's solving it. She likes to solve mysteries, even on the TV. Yeah, Ohio, it don't last very long. It really don't.
It's for your all eat it up.
Yeah. I was trying to think what else you could put it on, but I just eat it. I mean, I know that sounds right tacky, but
It's good with cream cheese.
yes, it is good with cream cheese. It's good with just if you have any kind of the soft cheeses, it's real good. Brie, you could do a really good baked brie with that on top of it. That would be very tasty. It would be extremely tasty. I love bacon, and I cook a lot of bacon. We go through a 3-pound pack of bacon in less than a week.
Thick
Yeah,
slice.
we like, and I like the thick slices. I don't like them little piddly ones. I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat them, but I like, yeah. Um, yes, I was just thinking about the crock pot cooking because I saw something earlier today, and it was talking about crock pots and using your crock pot. You tend to, I don't know about anybody else, I tend to use my crock pot more in the cooler months. I don't know why that is. But this one was making lasagna in the crock pot. Now, my son loves lasagna. And I thought, you know what? I could make him a whole crock pot full of lasagna. And he would love that. And how simple would that be? My problem is I don't think about what I want to have until later in the day. So I'd have to think about it the night before and get everything, all in order to make sure that I had everything. I like what are they called? French dip sandwich. And that when you do that meat in that crock pot and let that just, oh merciful heavens, it's divine, just divine. The crock pot, and things like my mother loves a 15 bean soup. Boys, my mother loves soup. Yeah, see, I don't make little tiny batches of anything. Like tonight we had ham and scalloped potatoes, and my husband calls it wilted lettuce, which there again, it's bacon. but it's lettuce and onions. He loves onions. And you
Onions.
take bacon and cook it down in little bitty pieces, and put some vinegar and sugar and dissolve it all up, and then dump it all over that lettuce and onions, and it's a salad. And he loves that. It's not really very healthy, you know what I'm saying? But he loves that. So, yeah. Now, see, my small batch is to feed 6 probably. I don't know that I could. Oh, I love onions too. They don't always like me, but I love onions. My mama just, in fact, went to Sam's today and bought a big old bag of Vidalia sweet onions because those are my personal favorite. And you know, onion soup, French onion soup, is my personal favorite soup. Um, I love. I've always loved it. It's always been one of my favorites. But so it's one of those things where now tomorrow night he doesn't know it yet. But we're gonna have Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes and probably peas. I think that's what we're having tomorrow night with some gravy. That Salisbury steak with gravy, cause I'm sorry, but gravy goes with everything. I love gravy. I don't. What makes you itchy scratchy? Onions? Nicole, are you allergic to onions? I'm not necessarily allergic to anything, but there are certain things that digestively don't sit well with me anymore. But I love, like, there is a onion dip type thing that my husband likes a lot. I don't ever make it. I should make it for him during football. He loves him some football.
Saturday's coming up.
Yeah, but you know, okay, Ohio, you know, Michigan don't play this week. My husband said, I think I'll work Saturday. And I thought, well, now that's odd, because he don't work on Saturdays during football season. And, oh yes, big dreams and her itchy. Yes, you should get some steroids. But, so, oh, you can't eat onions with your gallbladder out? I did not know that. What was I talking about?
Mine's out. They don't bother me. Tilly has that.
Oh, okay. See, Ohio. So I'm asking him. Well, how come you can work this weekend? What time is your game? Hey, Vision, how you doing? And he said, oh, well, they don't play this week. Oh, okie dokie. Which I'm just as happy as a clam about, because quite honestly, that 14 hours worth of NCAA college football gets on my last nerve after a while. Vision, I enjoyed your show tonight. Thank you very much. If y'all don't, Vision Preparedness is, he's got a lot of little tidbits for y'all. You should go on there and visit him, because he knows what he's talking about. And we all need to, in our own way, prepare for whatever happens in life. It can be that you have lost your job. Well, it's nice to have a little backup supplies if you've lost your job. If there's been a natural disaster, there's just so many different things in life that we need to be prepared for. And so, getting these little tidbits from various people really is a good thing. Okay, another Buckeye fan. See, I'm not opposed to the Buckeyes. In fact, my husband had a cousin who played, I want to say he played offensive line 2 years ago. Big old boy. Whoo, he was a big old boy. And we would occasionally watch him play. We were invited to go and watch him play. But yeah, hmm yeah, we have that, go blue all over. And he's got it all over my cars. Like the little tags. He's got me gotten Yankee tags instead of a nice SEC Southern team like Florida State. But, see, I in truth, and I've said this before, I really just like a good game. A good, clean, honest game where there's some sportsmanship and some respect. I know that they've got to run those scores up and all this, but it seems to me kind of sad when the score is like 77-3. It just it just seems sad because that poor little old team that only got 3. It's just sad. I don't watch the NFL. I used to watch the NFL. In fact, I'm old enough
Kaepernick.
that when the Tampa Bay became a football team, that we were there for their first season. Um, and then, of course, being my age and being from Florida, the Miami Dolphins were just, the end all be all. Uh, but I just can't bring myself to watch it anymore. It's just not fun. It's just not fun anymore. I don't like it at all. And some of the I don't like the way that they've done the college stuff where the boys can just jump around and play here and play there and this and that. I like commit to one thing and you stick to it. That's just the way I am. But yeah, I would much rather watch college ball, or even what, I like watching a good high school game. Uh, and see now Nicole hockey. Okay, now honey, I never watched hockey in my life. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not completely true. When the USA hockey team won the gold medal, now I was into that. That was some that I like that. But that was 100 years ago. Um, Now my sister and her husband for about the last 5 years have been huge hockey fans, and they have season tickets to the Panthers. And so sometimes my brother-in-law can't go because he has to work, so I go in his place. It's fascinating. It's quick. They're very respectful. The players uh, are very respectful, and I I enjoy it. All right, Ohio. What is TTUN fan? Tennessee. Is that Tennessee Titans? Hmm.
What's TTU?
Hmm. I don't know what it is. But back to my hockey. Anyway, I enjoy that hockey. And I've even gotten where I watch it on TV. Now, part of the reason I watch it on TV is because I can see my sister on the screen, because I know where she sits. And one time she wore a hat. I said, "You can't wear a hat no more." Because one of the reasons I can spot her so good is because she has white hair like me. And so it's like it just kind of jumps out at you. So I'm like, and I always ask her, okay, because they have those hockey shirts that they wear, jerseys. And so I'm like, which one are y'all going to be wearing? Because if they're wearing the green one, it's real easy to spot them. If they're wearing the red, white, and blue ones and stuff, it's a little more difficult. But, oh, yes, that team up north. Huh, you're being cute, ain't you? Yeah, he asked me the other day, he asked me if I wanted to go to a game, a real game, at the big house. Now, I've seen Michigan play in Florida 3 or 4 times. They always lost, by the way. So I doubt he would want me to go to another one of those. But so he asked me if I wanted to go up there and go to the big house and see a game. I had to disappoint him and say, not really. I don't like crowds. I don't like crowds that much. And you know that's a big old crowd. No, I just as soon watch it on TV where I can go pee when I want to and when I can get a snack when I want to or take a nap. Mm-hmm. We used to watch NASCAR. Now we've been to Daytona quite a few times, but so we was watching the NASCAR and he would get kind of irritated because I'd fall asleep. Well, it was boring. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And he said, well, you need to pick a favorite driver. So I did. His name was Carl. I don't remember. All I remember is it was Carl. And he drove the fast something or other. I don't know. Anyway. So I was like, okay, I want him to win. He said, you'll like it better if you have a favorite driver and so on and so forth. Well, it really didn't help. It did not make me want to cheer. Mm-mm. And so I'm not a big NASCAR fan, not a big race car fan at all. One time when we was at the races and we left, our bus that we were on got hijacked. It was not funny. Now, Mother thinks it was funny, but it was not funny.
It is funny.
We got hijacked, and so that it's in the middle of the night when them races finally get over with. It's the middle of the night. We got back to our car safe and sound and everything, but oh mercy, that was a fiasco. I've had a lot of little weird things like that happen in life. I guess everybody probably does, but
some more than others.
Yeah, probably. I seem to get myself into predicaments sometimes that, of no fault of my own, of course, that you just go, okay, does this happen to everybody? Apparently it does. Apparently it does. Hey, Beth Sunflower, how you doing? You doing all right? I hope so. So, Nicole, I know you said you closed down your pool. Did y'all, how do you keep them ducks out of your pool? So far we haven't had any ducks get in our pool, but there are ducks that live like 2 houses over, and I'm always wondering if maybe they're gonna find my pool. I don't want them in my pool. They go in our front yard, but they haven't ever gone into the pool. And I don't want no snakes in my pool either. One time there was a snake and it did get in the pool. Thank God I wasn't in there, because I'd have probably drowned right then and there.
I'd have tore up the pool.
Well, that's interesting that those ducks don't get in your pool. I wonder if it has something to do with the chemicals. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm going to plant some more sunflowers, Beth, so that maybe they'll be up. I know this sounds silly, but maybe they'll be up around Christmas. I want to plant some of those big red ones. I don't remember the name of them, but I just think that'd be kind of pretty.
Amarillo?
No, sunflowers.
Oh.
Mother likes the amaryllis, and we do plant those. We do have those, and they multiply. You know, we have some that were actually originally my grandmother's, and we dug them up and brought them here, and they have multiplied into more. We have red ones, pinkish color ones, and then like a candy stripe one. But we have a bunch of different, you know, there's multiples of each one. Today I had to cut my geranium because it was coming over the path, the walkway path. And I was like, I hate to do it. I hate to cut it. but I just had to because it was just getting too big. Yeah, Nicole, I love sunflowers too, and if I could just keep the dad blame squirrels off of them. Squirrels just drive me bonkers. And I tell you what, now this is just between me, you, and the fence post, but the squirrels in my neighborhood had better watch it because my neighbor, some of them done ate some of the wires in his tractor. He is not too terribly happy about that, and I fear that they have a limited lifespan now, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I hate to see their destruction, but it's their own fault. They shouldn't be doing that. And the thing is, it's not like they're starving to death because we've got plenty for them to eat around here. And they run across the roof of my house, you know. I don't mind it so much during the day, but I don't like it when they do it uh, early in the morning and wake me up. I don't like that. So yeah, they're going to meet their end sooner than later. And two, I don't want them getting in my camper, and I'm afraid that they're going to weasel their way into my camper, and I don't want them to do that either. My husband has to keep checking the boat stuff because he says if they're going to eat the wires in my neighbor's name's Jeff, if they're going to eat the wires in that, they might eat the wires on my boat. He'd have a hissy fit about that. And what if they got a hold of my Mustang? Good Lord, I'd have to get out there myself. That wouldn't be pretty. So, when you all are at night before you go to bed, whether you believe in whatever your religious beliefs are, take a moment of calm, take a moment of gratitude, take a moment of reflection about your day and what you can do to better the day tomorrow, not just for yourself, but for other people. I think that in this current climate of life, of the world, we all need to be a little bit more thoughtful about the human race and about preserving ourselves and our own personal little families. It's so important to spend time with the people that you love and that you cherish. And sometimes we let the big things get in the way of the little things that are really what are important. Sometimes the little things, like having a meal together, sharing a conversation together, those are important. They're little, but they're important. Asking how was your day? And then pausing and letting them vent the frustration of the day or the joy of the day. That's very important. Don't cut them off. Let them speak their piece. I think it's important that we involve ourselves with each other and we nourish each other. I don't think that we need to be, the sun's fixing to go to work out. I don't think we need to be so internalizing. We need to try to be more thoughtful about everybody else. I've kept y'all for an hour now. I appreciate each one of you coming on here. If you have something that you'd like for me to talk about sometime, send me a little message. Ohio, I'm going to go in there and look for that recipe for you and try to get that off to you either tonight or tomorrow morning. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe, be kind, and I will talk to all of you soon. And thank you so much for showing up. Bye-bye.